This guide is going to help demonstrate the beginning of a sprinter's run and give helpful tips to anyone who's having trouble surviving the first few days, or even just minutes. We've turned off all our mods. Now we're going to need to go into the custom sandbox settings to actually activate sprinters. In the sandbox options, you need to click on Zombie Law on the left hand side and then adjust the speed to sprinters. For now, we're not going to make any other changes, though I would recommend many changes. Looking at our character, we're going to just leave it as the default. This means you're going to start with significant advantages compared to this guy. Okay, seeing how we're unemployed, it started us in a trailer. Let's try to stay out of sight and immediately look for anything that we can use as a weapon. So yeah, a fork's a weapon. Okay, this is better. We've got a frying pan, and that griddle pan will even work as a backup. I looked at their durability, they were both in good condition. Okay, we've also found a saucepan. It's not as good as a water bottle necessarily, but it can carry water around, so that'll help us out. Okay, I'm going to eat some food now, just so that we've got that taken care of for a while. Make sure you don't carry more than your encumbrance. "60 seconds in, let's see how we're doing. We've got a weapon, a backup weapon, enough food to last us several days, and a portable source of water. Doing pretty well. We haven't even finished searching our starter house. Knowing we're in a trailer park, our options for a good safe house are going to be very limited. When I see these 4 sheets, I figure I may as well put them to use. Okay, so as long as we stay quiet, at least no zombie wandering around outside will see us. I'm going to open this window in case I need to use it to fight zombies. With our base as secured as we can make it with our very limited supplies, it's time for us to get outside and start scouting the local area. As soon as I see how thick the fog is outside, I don't even consider going out there. This is the big difference between a sprinter's run and a shambler's run. If they're fast, you need to go slow. If we have to sit in this house and hide for 2 days until this fog goes away, that's our better choice than wandering around out there in the fog, where we will get ourselves killed. It's vital that we see sprinters coming, and we need to be able to carefully pull apart packs. We can't do that in the fog. I'm going to move the rest of our supplies into the bedroom, and then I'm going to sit and wait. I'm aware that we'll be wasting precious time, and if we had a book to read, tailoring to do, bullets to juggle, we'd do that. But as it is, we just need to sit and be patient. We turned the TV onto the Life and Living channel, which is going to give us some skill points. It's also let us know that it's already midday. Finally, we see the fog starting to clear. That's cost us at least 3 hours, and now we can hear zombies right outside our house. Okay, fortunately we only seem to have drawn one. We're gonna invite the zombie inside. And we're going to deal with it. Okay, we've got some military boots here. Let's whack those on. And we'll make some bandages just in case. Now, that could have easily been 3 or 4 zombies coming through that window. At that point, we would have had to just stand and fight. If we would have run, we would have pulled another pack, and then another pack, and we will run out of stamina before they do. Here's what I'm thinking at this point. We have intermittent line of sight out of the house, and the zombies have had time to move into the area that would normally be clear around our starting location. I also see we have some trees out by the front door, and trees always have zombies in them. Notice I get away from these trees as soon as possible. Now, while I could take 2 sprinters at once, I really want to just get one in case I get the extra one. If I intentionally pull 2 and a third comes out of nowhere, then I'm in real trouble. So these 2 are looking off in the same direction, trying to get into one of their vision cones. I'm going to take my time doing it. At this point, I'm thinking I maybe have to wait till they readjust. Okay, I'm trying to get in the front of this one. There we go. Okay, the other zombies found a window. Zombies love windows. As I approach this zombie, you'll see I actually whisper to it to try to draw it back towards me. You want to be very careful about coming too close to a sprinter from behind. Now, there's obviously no buildings out here, and just a few zombies. I'm going to clear this area anyway, that way I can pull things to this open area if I need to. Okay, I've gotten just one. The advantage of fighting in wide open areas is your sound is very unlikely to pull anything, and you can see enemies coming. But notice I still do a spin at the end of a fight just to make sure. While we're not going to gain any loot by killing zombies out here, every zombie we kill in the open is another zombie that's not going to jump us when it inevitably migrates closer to the trailer park. Note again that at the end of the fight, even though we're in a nice open area, I'm still going to do a spin to check that we're in the clear. Any zombie I kill now is one less zombie that's going to come banging on my window in the morning. So when they're available and easy to kill, I may as well take them out. Once again, notice the spin, and also that this is about as close to a forest as I want to get unless I have no other choice. All joking aside, I know that there are definitely zombies in that forest, so I can't go any closer to these two zombies for fear of being seen by another 1 or 2 or more zombies. So now we enter a trade-off between safety and time. I don't want to stand out here for 3 hours looking at these zombies, but if I go in there right now and something happens, it's not bad luck, it's my fault. As we can see, the two zombies readjusted where they're standing, and I was unfortunately too close, so they both saw me at the same time. Now I have to decide, do I stand and fight, or do I retreat to somewhere more defensive? I opt to retreat. Wait a minute, I thought we were retreating. Why did I suddenly change my mind? Let's back things up a little and have a look at my moodles. So I was running away at a good pace, but then my exhaustion moodle kicks in. And because I don't have even a single level of sprinting, that slows me down to a crawl. We'll cover character creation tips for sprinters runs in another video, but suffice it to say, I highly recommend taking at least 1 level of sprinting. Note we also could have avoided that by taking more care to rest after our earlier fights. I wouldn't sit down outside in the trailer park, but out here we should be okay. As I wait for my stamina to come back, I'm going to pop a few vitamins, and I'm going to check the shoes that I picked up, because I didn't actually check to make sure they didn't have a hole in them. It's unlikely, but worth keeping an eye out for. Okay, we've recovered our stamina, but not necessarily all of it, so let's head back to our house. Whenever we see zombies, we'll try to make a mental note of where they are, but of course they will be in transit. Okay, this is still the best place we found to hold up, so we're going to try to keep it clean. Let's dump this corpse in the cupboard. That's what normal people do. It's perfectly fine. Let's top up our water, hide in our little safe room, and have something to eat. Note it's 5 PM, which we know because we've now stolen a watch. Life and Living will be on again at 6 PM. Not necessarily your highest priority on day 1 with sprinters outside. Now, it would be perfectly reasonable to carry the limited amount of food we've got, just in case we do have to flee off into the forest. Okay, it's 5:30. We've probably got about 4 more hours of light, so let's get out there. You see a group of zombies, especially ones hiding around obstacles, try and make a note of how many are there. Note that I opened this window for seemingly no reason. We'll come back to that later. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be engaging that pack of 4 zombies there. However, remember we saw zombies in that little burnt out building, so we're not going to use this angle of attack. We're going to go around this trailer and fight with the field to our back, because we know it's clear. Now for 4 zombies, we really want to make sure we only pull 1 or 2, preferably 1. If we'd already cleared this trailer, we'd consider using its windows. Once again, we're in a trade-off between time and safety. Okay, one of them's looking at us. Okay, as you can see, we've pulled 3 zombies. At this point, if we had a very strong weapon that we were well trained with, we might be able to stand and fight. If we had multi-hit enabled in the sandbox settings, we might be able to stand and fight. Or if we had literally no other choice, we might have to stand and fight. As it is, we're going to employ the same strategy we used in our non-sprinters guide. We're going to run around this building and try to lose a few of the zombies on the windows. The difference here is it's vital that you know the area is clear and you're not going to run into another pack of zombies. Even just losing one of these 3 would make it a much more manageable fight, but we're going to pull back to that window I opened earlier. We're going to go through it to try to ensure they follow us, and this should now be survivable. Okay, it looks like we've lost the 3rd one. Okay, that went well. But we know there is still a 3rd one out there, and that's our priority. We've got to go out and find it. It's probably hung up behind that house, maybe attacking a window, or it might have gotten inside the trailer. Take the building nice and wide, there we go. Okay, it looks like it was attacking a window. Okay, so we just took out 3 zombies. There should be 1 left over there. Now, we could go over there straight away, but we just did a lot of jogging, sprinting, and fighting. We're going to go inside and rest. If I were playing a character with 9 or 10 fitness, I would have probably gone out and fought that other zombie. This big open field is giving us a nice safe area to travel through, but in exchange we don't have any fences around here and we don't have any 2-story buildings, so you've just got to use what you've got. Okay, the zombie is standing dangerously close to those trees. Hopefully it turns around. This is about as close as we'd like to get. There we go. This is also why I would suggest people avoid stealth talents in general. Often you want the zombies to spot you. You just want to control when and where they spot you. Okay, so we saw 2 zombies in and around this building. If you can remember what they look like, that's even more helpful. Okay, here's one of them. So we'll back up a bit so we try not to hit the other one, but we'll stay away from the trees. A working car is basically the holy grail of a sprinter's run. But there's 4 things we need. We quickly pop open the hood. And if we mouse over the engine, we can see the engine's good. Battery's got charge. Gas tank has gas in it. If this thing has keys, then we've pretty much solved the first week of this playthrough. So I'm going to have a look around on the ground to see if there's any keys just laying around. The zombie we killed didn't have any. Maybe the one we're missing has. Check the doors. So an option that I haven't ever found works very well is to use the search feature. It can sometimes pick up car keys. It'll also help you find objects like car keys that are just sitting on the ground. Of course, while doing this, we do have to be very careful. So another great place to find car keys is inside the glove box. To do that, we're going to have to smash the window open and hope we don't draw too many zombies to us. So get in fast. No luck. Now, if we picked the burglar profession, we'd be able to hotwire this car and we'd be golden. Burglar is probably one of the strongest starting professions on a sprinter's run for that very reason. Okay, I see some zombies. They might have been lured close when we smashed that window. If they'd been there when we smashed the window, they would have been right on top of us. It is getting late though. It's 8:30. I'm going to head back to base. This is why I decided to head back to base early. If I was coming home in the dark, maybe carrying extra loot, maybe already tired, and I run into 2 or 3 or 4 zombies, that would be really bad. So before it gets dark, we want to get home and make sure the perimeter is clear. Now notice, we haven't even checked that building right next to us. When we say clear, we're using it in a very loose sense. Okay, we got lucky that zombie seemed to see us out of nowhere. And there's his friend. And boom, he's on us like white on rice. I think we saw a zombie standing out front of the opposite trailer. If we go through the back window, we'll probably be okay. This place isn't really fortified in any sense, but it is at least concealed. So if we get in our bedroom and we keep everything quiet, we can hopefully last till morning without 5 zombies pounding on the windows. Okay, so that was the first day. We're still alive. Let's have a look at how we're doing. Okay, we've got 18 kills. In our Shamblers run, we had 45 by this time. Remember, we did lose 3 or 4 hours to the fog in the morning, so that's not so bad. We've got some weapons, some food. We're doing okay. We did loot a pen, so we can start marking off buildings. Not that we have much to mark off. Let's put a marker in for where we found the car. That's very important. And you'll notice we went into very few houses all day. If we get a house alarm before we get access to a car, the run is just over. If we'd managed to get that car going, A+. Would have been a perfect day. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. I hope it's helped demonstrate that sprinters runs are still fairly accessible, even on the higher difficulties. There are numerous changes you can make to the sandbox settings that will make a sprinters run more enjoyable for you in the long run. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. You have a great day.